Hey there guys, Kate here, and today we are gonna be looking at the history of Roblox visors because there's a lot of them and they are actually one of the oldest series of items on Roblox. But before I can actually talk about the history of these visors, like and subscribe because why not, it's free and I would appreciate it. So on October 8, 2007, Roblox released its first visor, which was unsurprisingly the 2007 visor. Okay, the 2007 Roblox visor, that's really important. So, this was priced at 7 tickets originally, and it was bought 20,000 times before being taken off sale after just 4 months. This visor is actually super rare, and many accounts with it have been hacked or sold, making it even more coveted. Why is it rare? Well, it's a 17-year-old item. That's like one of the major reasons why it's so rare. Next up, we have the 2008 Roblox visor, which this was released on February 28, 2008 and was available for 8 tickets throughout the year before it went off sale in 2009. It's not my favorite, especially after the 2007 version, which is like one of the most iconic ones, but it still has its charm, so yeah. Now let's talk about the 2007 Roblox visor. Honestly, I think this is one of the ugliest ones. This is just this color scheming just doesn't fit. Anyways, but this was released on January 17th, 2009. It was sold for 9 tickets and purchased 200,000 times before being removed from sale on January 4th, 2010. It's not the best design, but it still holds a place in Roblox's history. Now let's move on to the next year's Roblox visor, the 2010 Roblox visor, which this is actually one of my favorite ones. This was released on January 4th, 2010. It's a sleek green and white visor, and it was purchased 190,000 times during the year it was available. It's definitely a more classic and clean look than the previous year's visor, and if you noticed, the price kept going up by 1 year by year. So by 2010 we got to 10 tickets, and so actually all the visors after 2010 until 2016 were 10 tickets, and after 2016 they were free, all of them. But rather than listing a ton of visors, which there's a lot of them, let's move on to some special ones that I selected. So let's move on to the Tix visor. It was released for 25 tickets, or 2.5 Robux if we convert it, and it sold 55,000 copies and was only on sale for about a month. I really love this visor because of the great shading and how clean it looks, and because I love everything Tix associated. Now, next special one I selected is the Roblox logo visor. Now, this one is free, and while it doesn't have that OG like older vibe to it, it still looks pretty cool. It has a new model mesh and a thicker design compared to old ones, but it's still worth checking out, and it's also free, so why not get it if you don't have it. There's also the Roblox visor #2, which this wasn't the second Roblox visor. Anyways, well, this came from a toy code, which I think that toy code was for like a guest toy, I don't know. Honestly, it's not my favorite, but it's still a fun one to mention just because of the toy that it came out from. Now, next we have an absolutely classic Roblox visor, the God Milk visor. Well, this is one of the only, I don't know, I think I'm the only ones that are still on sale, and is actually limited. So this was made in 2007 and originally sold for 8 tickets. Now it's worth around 18,000 Robux, which is actually a decent price for an old visor, and it was actually also part of an American advertising campaign promoting milk. Yeah, a bit odd given the context, but that's the backstory behind it. So finally, that's one of my personal favorite one, which I just put in here because it's my favorite. And well, that would actually be the Burning visor. This is not the most known one, but I like this the most. So this was released in 2014, and I like it because this had its classic OG mesh, and overall it just looks amazing, and it's actually also pretty rare. Only has 106 copies left, and it's definitely one of the rarest and coolest items out there. But alright, so that was kind of the short history of Roblox visors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.